Hello learners, my name is Teacher Jonathan and welcome to EasyElimu Learning Simplified. For our lesson today in Grade 4 Mathematics, we are dealing with money, and today we'll be looking at needs and wants. Needs and wants. And just to remind ourselves, in our previous lesson, we learned how to give balance. How to give balance. And in our giving balance, we had a price list, as you can see it on over there, and that price list contains items that you like to buy from a shopkeeper. And when you go to the shopkeeper, you tell him or her what you need, and now he'll give you a bill. Bill as the total amount of price or the money that you have to pay per item. Item and its cost, item and its cost, until the total amount. Then if you give money that is of higher value, he or she will give you a balance. And we said a balance is the money given back after you paid for the items that you had purchased. And we saw various denominations of money in our previous lesson. For example, this is a denomination of 500. Remember, we said in our country we use Kenyan currency, and Kenyan currency can either be found in notes or coins, and these are symbols of notes that we have for our current Kenyan currency. Now, as you observe this, when you have the money, you could be tempted to buy things that you do not want, or things that you had not budgeted for, or things that are not priority. So before you buy anything, before you prepare your price of items that you want to buy, kindly first prioritize what you need to buy. And now, as you give priority, I would like us now to ask this question: how can you save money? How can you save money? Remember, the key essence here is for you not to overspend. So prioritize your needs. Prioritize what you want for now, and that is not so of much importance as per now. Now, learners, in our groups, I would like us to ask a question. What are the things that you cannot live without? What are the things that you cannot live without? And example, in our groups, we can discuss, then we share what are the things that you cannot live without. For example, can you come to school from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday without food? No. The answer is no. You cannot come to school for the 5 days without food. So food for you, if you get money, it is a priority. You would buy food first. But also I have another question. What about after you go back to home from school, you don't have a house to live in, and now it starts raining, you'll be rent outside. So also house is a priority. So now these things that you cannot live without, the things that you cannot live without, learners, we call them needs. We call them needs. Why do we call them needs? Because they have much importance to us. We cannot live without. And we've given examples of some. Now can you discuss other needs, other things that you cannot live without? Other things that you cannot live without. We have said needs are things that we cannot live without. We have called them needs, and we have given examples. We've given examples as examples that we have given include food. You cannot live without eating. Food is an example. We've said also shelter, and this shelter is the housing, the house where you live. Now, in your discussion, what are the other needs that you cannot live without? Examples of these needs include, yes, from your discussion. John, what have you discussed in your group? You've discussed you cannot live without what? We've said first one was food, another one was shelter. Another need that you cannot live without. You prioritize it. What are the other priorities? Yes, you've discussed what, John? Clothes. Good. You cannot come to school naked. You cannot walk on the road naked. So clothes are of great importance. Clothing or clothes. So clothes are other examples of needs, things that we cannot live without. We have said we have food, we have shelter, we have clothing. Now, any other need. Victoria, what is your discussion? What is your discussion? If you have money and you want to prioritize what you want to buy first, come to the needs. What is of much importance to me? One is food. I cannot live without food. So I have to go and buy food first. If it is a house, we are living in a rental house, we have to pay rent for us to continue living there. Also, I cannot come to school without clothing, so I have to buy clothes. So what else have you discussed is of great importance to you? Yes. Water? Aha, water is also of great importance. Thank you, Tom. Water is of great importance too. Why? Imagine now, you've gone back from home, you do not bathe, you come back to school without bathing for a whole week. We cannot live. We cannot survive. Imagine without drinking water for a whole week, for a whole year. It is impossible. Remember, we are told water is life. So you cannot live without water. So you have to look for water. So you will prioritize water first before other things. So these are just examples of needs. We will look further to others. But before then, we have other examples of other things. There are some other things that, yes, we have them in our houses, we have them with us, but they are not of great importance. For example, as we discussed, a car. A car is not a must I have it, because if it is to go to the church, maybe I'll use a matatu, but it's not a must I have it my own. If I want to come to school, I'll walk by foot, or I use the school vehicle to ferry me to school. So it is not a must I have that car. So car is not a priority. When we use it, we have it, but it comes afterwards, after we have our needs. After we have satisfied ourselves with needs, now we can now buy a car. A mobile phone is another example. A mobile phone, it is not a must I have a mobile phone, because if it's communication, I'll come and look for you. Kindly tomorrow ask your parents to come to school. I'll send you that message. So mobile phone is not a must, but I will buy it. We have them. It's not a priority at start, because can you go and buy mobile phone when your stomach is empty? No, you have to buy food first. So things that we can live without them, we call them wants. Things that we can live without them, even though we have them, but they are not very much necessary, we call them wants. So wants are things that we can live without. We can live without. In other words, we have them, but it's not a must to have them. We can live without them, even if we have them, but we can live without them. And we have given examples include examples we have given. We've said a good example is a car, mobile phone. Now, in our groups, can we discuss other wants? Things that is not a must we live, we have them. Things that, yes, it's not a must we have them, even if we have them, but they come after we have satisfied our needs. Now, in our groups, I'll start with John. John, what have you discussed in your group? John and your group, what have you discussed? What are other wants? A television. Yes, a television. Very good. A television will come after I have satisfied my needs. So a television is a want. A television is a want. So I will also add here television. Television. Another in your discussion, Victor, you've not answered anything. Victor, everything else from your discussion you've discussed is not a must. It's not a must to have them. Sweets. Aha, that is what you've discussed. Why have you said sweets? Sweets is not a food. So I'll buy food first before I buy a sweet. So sweets, they also lie in this category. Sweets, they lie in this category. We call them wants. It's not a must we have them. Now, learners, in our further discussion, can we discuss another want that we have, even though we have them, but they are not of priority? And I will start with you, Victoria. What is your discussion? We've discussed a radio. Good. A radio is a want. It's not a must we live with a radio. It is a want. That is good. Another thing you've discussed, Tom, in your discussion. What else have you discussed? Is a want. It's not a must we have it, even though we have it. A bicycle, correct. A bicycle is also a want. It's not a must we have a bicycle, but you will prioritize having it after you've satisfied your needs first. So, learners, understand this. As we plan our money, because we have this money with us, after we get our money, remember the question I had asked, how can you save money? Remember now, after you have the money, prioritize your needs and your wants. What are my needs? And these are my wants. So first, let me look for the needs and satisfy them. Are we together, learners? Look for the needs and satisfy them first. Now, when you go home, you can discuss with your parents. Ask your mom, now we don't have food in the house, but you have this money. Will you go and buy me a toy to play, or will you go and buy food first? Will you go and buy a toy for me, or will you buy food first? And the answer is, you will tell your mom, do not buy me the toy, but buy food for us to eat. Now, can you complete the following task? We have an exercise for us. Task, I would like us to sort the following. Sort out the needs only. Needs only. We only need the needs. So out of the many in our list, we only select the needs alone. The first one, we have a car. We have a car. That is the first one. Is car a need or a want? Another one, we have water. Is water a need or a want? Another one, we have sofa set. It's a type of seat. Which of the following? You sort the needs only. We don't want you to give me the wants. I need only the needs. So out of the many, select which of the following is needs. Number 2, sort out wants only. Sort out wants only. And the first one, we have food. Another one, we have house. Another one, we have a toy. Out of the 3, which one is a want? Which one is a want? Learners, remember I've said you can do more practice on this. As you talk with your parents, your guardians, and your brothers and sisters. As you are given money to spend, remember, out of the money you are given, only spend that money for things that you need at hand. If others are wants and they are not necessary, you don't need them for now, leave them alone and save that money. Let us meet again in the next lesson. Bye-bye.